Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Flagrant Talk Sports Podcast. It's me, your host, Zay, here with the GOAT co-host, Mr. Moses Famino.
What's going on, everybody?
And in this video, we've got a big thank you to kick things off. But after that, we have got an NFL recap of both the championship games in the AFC and the NFC. And then a slight Super Bowl preview, but we're gonna do a video closer to the Super Bowl of like really in depth. We'll predict everything. We'll make it real nice. But this is just a little preview, so you get some of our thoughts. So that's what we got for the video today. Mo, anything you want to add?
I don't believe so, except starting it off with thanking you guys so much for 100 subscribers. At the time of this recording, we're even over that point, so we just can't thank you guys enough for all the support. It's been a long road a little bit. We've been recording for a few months now, but it's really exciting to reach our first true milestone. So Zay.
Yeah, without a doubt, piggybacking off what Mo said, just a big thank you to anyone who's viewed a video, who's liked a video, who's shared a video, who's texted one of us, who's, anything. Like, we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Hit 100, and I feel like Mo and I are just hitting our stride. Like, we're just getting into it. So really excited to see what the rest of this year holds. We will be doing a special video for 100 here in the next week. I'd say in the next week there will be a video dedicated to it, but we would be remiss to not at least start this off with a big thank you and to 100 more, baby.
100% to 100 more.
Let's go. All right, we're
ready to
jump
on
now.
On into the
let's do it.
Main course, starting it off with the Kansas City Chiefs going in to Baltimore, the 1 seed, and taking down Lamar Jackson and the Ravens 17-10. Slugfest of a game. Both defenses played great. The Chiefs defense made some key plays. The goal line fumble, a huge difference in this game. But just all-around good performance for the Chiefs, and Patrick and Kelsey were on a different level today. So,
Kelsey, so his stats right here, 11 receptions, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. If there was ever a time Kelsey was going to have the best game of his season in a year where he caught the most flack from fans, from everyone, people saying his heart's not in it, people saying he's fallen off, all this stuff, like a lot of the flack the Chiefs offense got for not really panning out was because of Kelsey, and he showed up in the biggest way today. He was that factor. He was the X factor for the Chiefs, and like deserves a ton of credit for them winning and the way they won the game.
100%.
The
Chiefs also won the turnover battle, which is very important in these playoff games. Keeping possession, keeping the other team off the field. So, Lamar, it's
tough game, man.
Tough.
It was tough. Just not right. So I put a couple notes in that I really wanted to highlight, and I think it's the biggest reason why they lost. I think this is difficult, right? Because Lamar did not play well. Just putting it bluntly, the Ravens offense didn't play well. It's not just a Lamar thing. I think I was most confused because the Ravens coaches and everyone throughout the week, if you watch the film on the Bills and how they were able to keep it close against Kansas City and do all this, it's because they were able to run the ball efficiently. They were able to use Kincaid and Dawson Knox and really like maximize that run game, tire their defense out, like set their team up to where they could get some explosive plays. And the Ravens did not do that.
Yeah.
Like the run game was just not a factor. And I think then it made Lamar feel like he has to be Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the spot. As good as Lamar is, he's going to be the MVP this year. That's setting your quarterback up in a spot to where he's going to lose. And he
Yeah.
did not play well. And
Mm-hmm.
he was holding on to the ball for a long time on a lot of
Yeah.
those throws. Like, I just don't get it. There were no like dink and dunks. There were no, pound the run game and really assert yourself there. The Ravens just didn't do that.
Yeah.
And it felt weird. Like I don't understand that coaching philosophy.
Yeah, it was a very interesting game, very uncharacteristic game
Yeah.
from the Ravens, and very disappointing end to their season. But
yeah, it's not over for the Ravens. Like I do still think that, Lamar is in his late 20s.
mm-hmm.
Like he will be fine. The Ravens still have Harbaugh. Like they will have the pieces, but they just felt like the team.
Yeah.
Like in these playoffs, I really, really did get the feeling, as amazing as Mahomes is, that like this is Baltimore's conference to lose.
Yep.
And they did. So that
100%.
that was kind of that. But on the Chiefs side, is Mahomes second all time already?
Dude, he might be.
I think he is.
He might be. It's insane. I saw the side by side, him and Tom.
Dude,
There. Mahomes has better minus the rings. Everything is better on his side. So
it's crazy because like you and I saw Brady. We got to experience the greatness of a Tom Brady. You especially as a Pats fan, like firsthand how legendary Tom Brady is as an athlete, as everything, as a quarterback, everything like that. I never once thought that it would be even possible for someone to contend with him.
Yeah.
And here we are. This is Mahomes' fourth Super Bowl in 6 years of starting.
It's insane.
He's going for Super Bowl ring number 3, Super Bowl MVP number 3. Like, at a point, you just have to respect greatness.
Yeah.
Like, he's incredible.
Yeah. This team has just had a complete turnaround from the regular season to now. Drop balls and all of that going on in the regular season to now pretty perfect football on offense. So they're just catching their stride at the right time, and it's going to be an exciting Super Bowl game for sure.
I just feel like, I had alluded to, or not alluded, I said in those first couple videos we did where we've kind of been recapping these games, like I'm giving Mahomes the Brady treatment. We're in these 50-50, that Bills game, man, that's tough. He's on the road. I still gave it to Mahomes because I was giving him the Brady treatment. And we both picked the Ravens to win this. I've learned now that it's like, it's him. Like, I cannot pick against him anymore. I don't, and yet it's going to sound like it's glazing. It's going to sound like all that stuff, but that's the reality.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
He's
earned it.
Earned it.
He's earned it.
Yeah. Like, he's incredible. And it does, a part of me did want to see Baltimore win because this did feel like their window, man. It really did. Same with Buffalo. It felt like their window too. And Mahomes was ready to slam that window closed. So, yeah.
Well, that was a very good matchup.
Yeah.
But in the NFC,
Yeah.
one of the craziest conference championship game swings I've ever seen in the San
Crazy.
Francisco 49ers defeating the Detroit Lions 34-31.
Yeah.
Tale of two halves is this game.
Yeah.
Just
Talk about it.
absolutely. Niners looked like their season was over in the first half. I can't lie. I thought it was over. I thought the Lions should have scored and went for it instead of kicking the field goal before the half to go up 28-7. I thought that would have been the dagger for sure.
Yeah.
But they kick the field goal. They go for it a couple times unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And they end up losing this game. But it was an insane game, back and forth.
Super.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I think it's interesting. So for the Lions, on the optimistic side, this is the beginning, or what
Yep.
should be. In theory, this is like a disappointing loss, heartbreaking loss. You're up 17 at the half on a San Fran team where the Lions were just dominant. Like the run game was dominant. The defense was making big plays. Goff was playing really well.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra was super involved. Jameson Williams had a couple big snags. And then in the second half, it was
Third
the complete
quarter.
opposite.
Oh my gosh, drop balls.
Dude,
Fumble.
yes.
Should have been picks that they didn't get that turned into San Francisco offensive plunders. Like it was just an insane swing of momentum, and that's what won them the game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think, you know, Dan, it's really interesting to see some of the discussions. Like Greg Olson was talking about it while commentating the game of like, Dan Campbell is a very, very aggressive head coach. It's his philosophy. He's going to go for it on 4th and short. He's going to, throw the ball on 3rd and 1 and take a 30-yard shot. Like he's going to forfeit a field goal, even though he probably should kick it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, we can score a touchdown. I believe in my offense. And on one half of the spectrum, it is the ideology that got them there.
Yeah.
On the other half, some of those plays in hindsight, when you lose, they're going to be critiqued. Like you left numbers on the board. You just left them. And
yeah.
It ultimately, I think a lot of those, the Jameson Williams drop, like a lot of it was self-inflicted.
100%. They're gonna look back at this game and think they should have won. The punt, that was one of the greatest punts I've ever seen.
I know.
And a dude just stepped into the end zone and it was ruled a touchback.
Yeah.
Like just little mistakes that
super
they executed on, but it was just the final piece and they didn't get it done. So
yeah, they put themselves in such a good spot. Like I think that's kind of the crappy part if you're a Lions fan, is like this game was yours for the taking. And it felt that way. And then in the third quarter, it was like, oh no. Like the moment the Niners got it down to a touchdown, it was done.
Yeah.
It felt done. Like
just a complete swing. The crowd was into it. It was just it was over.
It was done. And I think, I've got to give Brock Purdy his flowers, especially with his legs.
The run game was insane by him.
Yeah. Like that big first down he got in the fourth quarter that they ended up, I think it was Elijah Mitchell scored the touchdown on. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, because they handed it off to McCaffrey the next play. He got a huge chunk, and then they gave it to Mitchell.
Yeah, and it's like Brock Purdy is the one that set that whole thing up on his own with his legs. Knew, hey, I got to take off. I got to make a play. Like that's one of those plays where people go, okay, like that's good. And I people have their opinions about Purdy, and it's kind of weird. I feel like he goes from overrated to overhated every play.
Yep.
It seems like is
Yeah.
like one game it's like, oh, he deserves MVP. The next it's, oh, he shouldn't be a starter. And it's like, there's a middle ground he should be in.
For sure.
Like, so yeah, lots of credit to him. McCaffrey did his thing.
Yeah.
It's just
Debo cooking.
Debo, man. He's
Ayuk, big catch. Yeah.
that.
You're right though, Zay. If he didn't play, they would have lost this game.
Yeah. And they talked about that too with Shanahan, where he was like, our team is there's a large portion of plays that we simply can't run without Debo.
Yeah.
And so last week against the Packers, they had to kind of like switch a gear of like, okay, everything in that playbook that had him, toss it. We can't do those.
Mm-hmm.
And they were able to come out on top, and Debo was a big factor in their win tonight. So yeah, this is a good Niners team with a real shot at winning it.
Speaking of real shot, we may as well just jump into it.
Yeah.
Our little Super Bowl preview. As they said at the beginning, we're going to do a video dedicated to this. So this is just original thoughts. Just finished watching these games up.
Yes.
I have the line that's set. Opening line. 2.5 for the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, I will be making a bet.
And, Zay, the over-under, 47.5.
Damn. Okay.
So,
I
guess mind, games in Las Vegas. So I'm assuming they're thinking a little bit more Niner fan base. But neutral site games, those don't really affect Patrick Mahomes. Clearly,
dude,
road games don't affect him either. People were trying to talk about that, and that was a little bit of a concern. But bag those. I'm trying to think of the word. Bag those things and show that he can get
rest.
Put it to rest.
Yeah. I'm so glad you brought that up, because that was a big narrative going into these playoffs. Is like, hey, Mahomes, he's got that first game at home against Miami, but like, I at least, and I know you were too, were just like, it felt like a win. It felt like I would have been shocked if the Dolphins pulled that off.
Yeah.
Where going into Buffalo, who hates him and the entire team, and then going into Baltimore when they're a 1 seed, Lamar's having an MVP season, like those are very hard environments to get a playoff win in.
Yeah.
So again, I don't want this whole thing to just be like me talking about how amazing Mahomes is, but when you see a player like that in real time take over, they say it looked a little Mahomey for a reason.
Yep.
For good reason.
Yep.
It's I will do more of like an in-depth Super Bowl preview, as we said in a separate video, but what are kind of your initial thoughts on Chiefs versus Niners? Initial instinct. We're gonna have time to sit with this by the time we make our video, but what's your first thought?
I feel like the Niners are probably gonna win the game just based off of the Chiefs didn't score a point in the second half of their game.
Yeah.
And the Niners put up a lot of points in the second half of their game. I feel like momentum is just going to carry over.
Yeah.
The Chiefs defense is balling out, stopping teams. So it's going to be a battle of two powerhouses right there.
Yeah.
But original gut feeling, I think I'm going Niners. Maybe it's just the Brady in me saying I don't want Mahomes to get another ring. But I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, because it's Patrick Mahomes and him and
Yeah.
Kelsey are finding a stride and their defense is finding a stride. But the Niners offense looked really good in the second half. And
Yes.
I think they're hopefully going to ride that into a couple weeks from now. So
Yeah. I think it is interesting. I like what you said about the Chiefs defense, because I think if you tell the Ravens before the game, you hold the Chiefs scoreless in the second half and they end the game with 17 points, they probably feel like they win that game.
yeah.
Like, it was shocking that they only scored 10 because Baltimore's offense has been amazing. Their defense has been the best in the league, but it was the offense where it's like they can handily put up 24 a game. Like, Lamar can lead that unit every game.
Yeah.
I kind of like that you said Niners, though, because my initial thought is Kansas City.
Really?
Yeah. And again, I just feel like after betting against Mahomes last game, maybe it's that portion of me where it's like, do I double down or do I just I feel like as a roster, San Francisco is the better team.
Yeah.
But the Super Bowl experience they have, and a lot of those Niners players have it too, obviously.
I mean, that's why I took the Niners over the Lions.
Yeah.
Was the experience.
Yes.
But sorry to continue your point.
No, I agree with you. The
Mhm.
Lions just felt like green. Like, it's awesome that they made it that far. They had a killer season,
Yeah.
but San Francisco was ready to go to the Super Bowl. They've got something to prove this time around against Kansas City.
For sure.
Yeah. So it's I think regardless, we're in for a classic. I will
100%.
say that.
100%.
I think it's both the one seeds. Yeah, it's a little boring, whatever. Or no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm lying.
Yep.
I'm straight up lying.
That's what I originally thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
But Patrick Mahomes had a say in that. So
yeah. Hey, I mean, Mo, we got half the Super Bowl right in our preview.
close enough.
So
50%.
It's way better than my baseball one. And well, I'm excited for our NBA one this year because
it's looking great.
I'm so terrified to fill out that NBA bracket. But yeah, great games. And I'm really excited to dig into the numbers, do a full video previewing it. That line is interesting, Mo.
It is a little odd. 2.5 for the San Francisco 49ers.
Man, I feel McCaffrey is like a shoo-in for 100 yards and a tutty, right? I feel like he walks into the Super Bowl with that.
2 tutties.
You could say 3, and I wouldn't disagree. It is pretty crazy to just side tangent, but when the Niners traded for McCaffrey, most of the outcry was you don't trade for a running back, you don't give up all those picks for a running back. You do when it's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I
wish we did.
Yeah.
We'd be in the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Mac Jones and Christian McCaffrey.
I am a sidebar on a sidebar now.
Okay.
So we're matrixing right now. I would like to do a little draft video at some point because you guys having the third pick, you guys as in Patriots fans, is really interesting because you're guaranteed a quarterback. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's put a pin in that. We'll put a pin in that and come back.
Yep.
But yeah, excited for this Super Bowl. Do you have any other thoughts you'd like to add on?
No, gonna be a fun skills challenge competition this Thursday. and then Peyton and Eli on Sunday or whatever. So probably be super tuned in for that. But
I'm not. Hey, respectfully, I will not be there.
This is going to be one of the most boring weeks in sports. It'll just be, hopes, which I guess is fine. But
Yeah.
NHL, All-Star break, NFL,
like
who decided to do this the same week?
Like we just got mid.
So just straight hoopers.
Yeah. And listen, I love basketball, so that's fine with me. But it is that is a great point of like, damn, it's going to be dead.
Like, I like having a variety.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I like being able to go from this playoff football game to a basketball game, and then I'm checking the hockey scores, and then there's a UFC fight in a couple nights. It's like all that. That's great. We don't got that. So,
yep.
We'll be able to do a deep dive on the Super Bowl, I guess, which will be cool in
For
anticipation.
Sure. For sure.
Dope. Well, that's everything for me.
Yeah, I think we got one order of business remaining.
Let them know.
The most important part of the day, most important part of the episode, song of the pod. Zay, what do you got for the people?
I've got a little Rolling Stones.
Oh, I got a throwback too. Okay.
I've got, you know what? I lied. I've got two. I've got two. I know. And it's a special occasion. It's a special occasion. So first, with the Rolling Stones, we got If You Really Want to Be My Friend. Amazing song. It's a great one to just throw on in the car, go for a little drive. But in celebratory fashion, we've got 100 by The Game and Drake. One of Drake's best verses, so we got that right there. And it's 100. It's only right, bro. We hit 100. So
I love it.
And more. So,
and many more.
That's what we got. A little double dose. But what do you got?
My song's a throwback, a little bit more chill, but an all-time classic, I'd say. Wonderwall by Oasis.
Nice.
Just a nice little relaxing, singing, strolling. I guess this could be for my Lions fans, for my Ravens fans.
Yeah.
But a nice little relaxing. You don't have to be sad. You can listen to it at any time. Great song.
Do you know, real quick, do you know the Jay-Z story with that song?
I don't.
So it was a festival and Oasis was performing. And they had made a comment about hip-hop music and like it not being real music, just like being pretentious, like assholes, basically, is the gist. Jay-Z is on that same festival. He comes out with this is a video, so you can look it up. He comes out with the guitar in his hand and is strumming it purposely wrong, like a ton, and singing Wonderwall like really annoyingly, like to make fun of them.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's just one of my favorite.
I gotta see that, actually.
Yes, I'll send it to you right after this.
Bet.
But it is hilarious. So, highly recommend.
Well, there's a little music history for us.
There's a nugget. Yeah, there's a little, that's what the song of the pod does.
I love it, bro.
I'll have to come up with I'm still mad at Usher, though. Maybe I won't have him in Song of the Pod for the Super Bowl.
No, for sure. I think I might have one, but I get it for you, bro.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I appreciate you.
But thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Thank you again for getting us to over 100 subscribers. It means the world to us. And we're excited to keep getting these videos out for us. We're dropping some more shorts now, so look out for those on the daily. Just a lot of things coming your way, so we're excited, and we can't thank you enough.
Yeah. Thank you all. We appreciate you all for tuning in. Let us know who your Super Bowl pick is.
Yep.
And then we'll talk about it. Make your claim early. Make your claim early, because then you can come back to this and talk your talk.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. We hope you have a great rest of your week.
Yep.
Peace out.
We'll see y'all Friday, everyone.